Welcome back. I'm Cameron Pleasant and this is Deck Profile for Final Fantasy. Okay, we have a mono fire deck here today. Fire is one of my favorite elements. This specific deck is a chip and burn deck, more or less. We play a bit of haste to get in that quick damage, making our opponents react quickly, and then we just burn. Alright, so let's get into the deck profile. This is the deck here. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is the deck. As you can see, we've got a bit of haste in there and a lot of burn. Certain cards in there that will most likely be changed out at some point. Other cards will want to be added. But for now, this seems to be working quite well for me. I've won tournaments with it. Fire for me has always worked really well. So let's get into it. Okay, first up we got 3 Tifa's from Opus 1 with haste. I still rank this card really high. Just first turn, get in a damage, it's just excellent. Ninja. So we combat Ninja off with his first strike and the ability to deal 2000 with a damaged forward. So that is really good, especially with burn, because first strike is still strong. So essentially he's 6k against a blocker. So 6k, and you can combo that off with anything basically. Well, you're mostly going to combo off your summons at this point, I suppose, if it's combat tricks. But you've also got other things in this deck that you can combo it with. But we'll get into that as this progresses. 3 Rangers. Ranger is one of my favorite cards in this deck. The fact that it has haste, the fact that it deals 2k to opponent's board is insane for me, because you can play some burn and then play Ranger and essentially just do some damage. So good is Ranger. We have 1 land. Land's good if you're going up against a big deck, because his ability not to be able to be blocked by anything bigger than him. I sort of do play a card in this deck that contradicts that and makes a land a bit bigger, but I can choose whether to use that card, which is the backup card. I'll show it to you now, just so you know what I'm talking about. So Lebreau, which buffs forwards by 1000, which makes land 8000. But because you're running small guys in this deck, I still like to have it in there just for that extra K, because everybody knows that extra 1000 makes a difference. So yeah. Next up, 2 Zell. I really value Zell, because Zell, another haste card, is really good. When he enters the field, I can choose a forward, deal it damage equal to Zell's power. So essentially I'm dealing 5k because I intend to have the card I showed you before, Lebreau. I intend to have that on the field when I play it. So 5k to a forward is good. You combo that off with just about whatever you want to. Then you go in for some damage. Zell, I rate Zell very high. I have him as a 1 of, because I can only have 1 on the field at a time. I know I've got 3 Tifa's, but Tifa is just good. Okay, to more of that chip damage, we got 3 Furions. Furion is good with so many cards. So you can play Furion, deal 4k. Before that, you can play whatever you want. There's just so much damage. So you got your red mage, you can do a 5k to a forward. You got Vivi. Vivi's a card actually that I would more than likely combo off with Ranger. So instead of dealing 5k to a forward, Actually, sorry, not Vivi. That's the other card. Black Mage. Black Mage is a card I would combo with Ranger, so dealing 7k to 2 forwards and 2k to the rest. But back to Firion. Firion you can combo off with, as I said, whatever you want. You can play Firion and then attack with Ranger if you really want to. So that's 6k. But you've got like cards like Irvine and just all your damage dealing backups plus your summons. It's just good. We've got 3 Gedot. This Gedot is really good, the Opus 5 Gedot. The forwards you control of 2 cost gain 2000 power. So Tifa becomes 6k, 7k with Libra on the field, and so does Ninja. And imagine having a first strike Ninja with 7k power. It's good. It's really good. Especially with all that chip damage. It makes Ninja really hard to beat. And last up, as if you didn't know we were going to be playing this in the deck. Any mono fire deck runs 3 Emperor Zundays. This guarantees 5k damage each time you attack. Zunday is an insane card in a fire deck. You can combo it off, so you can attack with Zunday, deal 5k, combo it off with Ranger, wipe it. You just do so much damage. Like, this is so much. So look at all these cards. It just works so well together. I really like that. Okay, now to our backups. We play 3 Opus 1 Red Mages. Put the foil on the front. This isn't the most prevalent card anymore. I actually value the other Red Mage. But I still like to have 3 because you never know when you don't want your opponent to block. It's still good, and it's still there's less requirements for this Red Mage. So I still play 3 of this one, and I play 2 of this Red Mage, which deals 5k to a forward. But I have to discard a Red Mage to do that. So I still keep 3 of the other and 2 of this. So, but if I got this on the field, I can discard one of the others, and then that's really good. Although I may swap out one of those Red Mages, because Ninja essentially does the same thing, except it breaks itself. That's the only difference. But Ninja, I still like Ninja. Alright, to the chip damage. Vivi. Choose 1 forward, deal at 5,000 damage. We really like that. As you saw with all the forwards, you can combo that off with a lot. 1 Sage. You never know. A little bit of haste, because Sage gives haste to a forward. A little bit of haste never hurt anybody. Is it 1 Black Waltz? Yeah, 1 Black Waltz. Okay. Black Waltz. When Black Waltz enters the field, Black Waltz 2 that is, choose 1 forward opponent controls, deal at 3,000 damage, and 1,000 more damage for each card in your opponent's hand. So we assume our opponent has at least 3 cards in their hand, so it's 6k essentially, but it can do more. Irvine, we're running that at 2 because that's actually guaranteeing you 6k. Although Black Waltz does have the EX burst, which I like that. You never know. You never do know. Lebreau, as we were discussing before, buffing all your fire forwards by 1,000. So when you got Lebreau on the field and you've got Gadget on the field, some of your little guys are becoming quite deadly. Black Mage. We like Black Mage simply because if comboed correctly, you can wipe off 2 forwards. So 5,000, obviously depending on how big the forwards are, but you go 5,000 on entry, and then another 2,000 on a ranger attack, which is good, to be fair. And last up, we have one Rain. Rain is just to thin out the deck a little bit, searching for my land, because you get a backup. I can use her effect. Land gains 1,000 power. That's a nice little combat trick, though I don't really play it for that effect. Okay, now we're into our summons. Alright. Oh, sorry, we do play 2 Black Waltz. I thought we played 2 Black Waltz. There it is. Alright, first up, we have one Ifrit. Ifrit's really good. Hit it off the EX burst, hit 6,000. Plus, it's that chip damage again. Hit that chip damage, 6,000 is a decent amount for a 2-drop. It's easy to play. We have 3 Brynhilders. A friend of mine prefers Ifrit. I still like Brynhilda. I do like that extra K damage, especially when you're hitting it off the EX burst. In a lot of circumstances, you will use Ifrit first. So I'm not disagreeing with anyone, but Brynhilda, I like to have it off the EX burst. It's really good. We've got 3 Opus 4 Bahamut. This is just an all-around good card. If you can't kill something for 8k, you still got things to chip away with. But the fact that it removes something from the game is really good. So that's sort of my answer for Golbez if I go up against Golbez. But if not, it's still really good. I really like Belias, the Gigas. It gives your forward first strike, 1,000 power, haste. You're not really playing it for the haste. I don't play it for the haste. I play it for combat tricks. So you're playing for the 1,000 power plus first strike plus drawing a card. For 2, that's good. And last up, Phoenix. I only own currently 1 Phoenix. Otherwise, I probably might take out a Brynhilda for another Phoenix. If you don't know what Phoenix does, choose 1 forward of 3 or less in your break zone. So we've got those forwards. Essentially Ranger, I would say. Basically, you're going to have a haster. So Ranger. And then you play it onto the field Doll. Well, before that, you select a forward your opponent controls, play this on the field Doll, and deal 8,000 damage to your opponent. And that's the deck profile, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you liked it. Like and subscribe, please. I would really appreciate that. And if there's any other decks or deck profiles you want to see, or anything you want to see on the show, let me know.